morning, good evening, good afternoon, when you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, however you're watching this. If you stumbled upon this, hey, what's up? Are you lost in your 20s? So am I. I'm making this because, well, first of all, I love to talk. I talk way too much. And secondly, I feel like I kind of just want to vent to some friends or maybe inspire someone. I don't know. I'm just here to shed some light on some happenings that I've got happening in my life. Start off, I'm 25. I'm a 25-year-old girl, little lady, and I genuinely, for a long time, I was at a standstill with myself. Now I feel like I've made kind of a breakthrough. Being in my 20s, I felt so lost because you see friends getting married. Well, I got married, but that's besides the point. For people getting married, having big weddings, if you hear a noise, that's my cat. And you see them having big time jobs, and it's wow, good for them. But then you're just I have a overwhelming sensation in my brain that occurs, and it's well, I could do this, and this. Will I? I don't know. But I want to. That gets overwhelming for me personally. I choose to stay off social media. I know I'm literally on YouTube, but my own social media, just people that plays a really big factor in what I have going on for me. Again, 25. I don't really have much figured out, but we're still here. I want to shed some light on some more important aspects of my mind frame. I grew up with what some people would classify as a narcissist mother. There was a lot of trauma surrounding us, and she kind of just made it all about her. I mean, I grew up and I barely have a relationship with her. With that being said, I can spot some traits, okay? I can spot some traits out in the wild when I'm doing at work. Nonetheless, the place where you go to every day, if not every other day. For a little work history, a little brief, I had a job at this one cute little place, and it's not so cute anymore. It was toxic. There's a lot of corruption going on. Everyone is connected somehow. It's all family. It's messy. There was involved with not only me and some underage girls. Dad threatened to pull up with a shotgun. True story. She left. She got a job next door. Anyways, this place fucking sucked. The first year or two, growing up, I was so passive, and I was just a people pleaser, and I was just yes, I don't want you to be mad at me. Yes, I don't want you to be mad at me. I hated conflict. I wanted to avoid that at all possible costs. It reflected my work ethic. For a long time when I was working, I was just so scared of everyone, and I was so scared of my boss, and I was so scared of saying no and putting a boundary for myself. And that's something I grew to learn how to do. I worked there for 6 years. My boss barely even said goodbye to me, and she gave me a side hug, and she left early. Good times. I left that job to go somewhere else. And it's just so funny because you get treated at these places because you are a good worker. that they have expectations for you that you're never gonna leave, and it's just like, why when someone else sucks and leaves, you don't get mad, but when I do it, it's the end of the world. I worked at this new spot. That ended for different reasons. I didn't really have a personal vendetta. Someone did have beef with me there, but that, I let it go. It's gone. It's gone. It's dust. And then, lo and behold, I went to my new place. Okay. My new place. The job I'm currently quitting for a plethora of reasons. This person will get their own story time. I don't know why I work for family-owned businesses. They will milk you dry and leave you on the road. I joined, or I got hired in a really weird time to be hired because the head chef was leaving. Okay, and nobody else was working. So she left. There was some drama between the boss and the head chef, and the head chef was like, good luck. And I was like, okay, I got this really, really big position. No experience in the kitchen, no nothing. I can do this. I can step into this role and be as confident as I can and do a great job. The team started to kind of build around me. Over time, I became a very predominantly authoritative person in the kitchen. And then just looking on that, just reflecting on that is like, wow, I was so passive. I know I'm like yelling at people for burning a vegetable. That was wrong of me, but I have my reasons. And my reasons stood behind me, breathing down my neck, wondering why every single thing that could go wrong went wrong, and how it was my fault, and why didn't I stop it, and why this, and why that, and why this, and what happened, and why, and where, and how, and who's at fault? Me. I slowly, for this being a really big kitchen job and being the kitchen manager, I had a plethora of responsibilities on my back, which wasn't a problem. The problem was I was getting really burnt out. I still, at one point I had 3 jobs. And then I went to 2 jobs and I was full-time, no days off, never saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. I never did anything for me. I sunk into this really, really depressive state. I was starting to lose my sense of humor. I was starting to not laugh at anything. I started becoming really mean because that's who I thought I wanted to be. To lose sight of who I was is a huge driving factor as to why I'm making the choices that I am now. I just lost myself entirely into this job because I was there more than 10 hours a day. The compensation for the work was not it, and no, I didn't ask for a raise because this person, I asked for my birthday off and they were making me feel bad about missing my birthday because their partner's birthday was also that same week, and they were like, well, I'm not taking the day off. I'm not taking the day off. I'm asking because I want one day off for my birthday. Was another thing is these special moments in life I was missing. I completely was missing everything. I got married. I got married at a courthouse. One day off, okay? I had to also beg for the following day off so that I could enjoy it the next day. We didn't do anything. Actually, no, we did something, but I mean, we didn't go anywhere specifically, which is, I loved it. I had a great time, but you know, I felt like these moments weren't taken seriously enough. I was missing a lot of big parts of my life to just be here 24/7, to breathe it, to live it. That was all I knew. And I didn't know who I was. I would come home exhausted out of my mind, and I'd have no energy for nothing. The stress would consume me alive. I would get acne from my stress. My fucking cortisol levels were tanked. It's just starting to clear up now. I know that's right. Specifically with this job, with this boss, this person, we had a situation. And now, to me, in my perspective, this situation was a misunderstanding entirely. Like, I can understand her as an empath. I'm saying that seriously. If this person came at me right, I would understand. If we had a civil conversation, I would understand. The conversation ended up with me crying and apologizing for something that I wasn't sorry for. Raise your hand if you've done that. If you felt so pressured by someone that you've been manipulated for 2 years, and you've just succumbed to their words. And this person's words were like, well, this was like a business person. I don't want to out them yet, so. This person, you know, was really smart, really smart. You feel like defenseless in these situations for someone that is also a narcissist, that cannot see where they are absolutely wrong in any sort of way at all, because the world revolves around them for some reason. I mean, I just didn't win. But at that moment is when a little light clicked off in my brain, and I was like, no. This person had micromanaged me as a person who carried the whole team on my back, the whole kitchen on my back. I pretty much knew the ins and outs of this job, my duties. I kept tabs on literally every product, everything would come in and micromanage me. And I feel like that is a form of bullying, or it can be. The way this person utilized it was definitely a way to get under my skin, and they definitely got under my skin. That time period is when I was like, I have to let go. I don't want this. I don't want to be lied to anymore. I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be nothing. I was so heartbroken at the fact that there was so many incidents, but this person is a lunatic, and I was just really disappointed because all the little lies that came before this little misunderstanding, I ignored, and I was just like, okay. Well, this person is a good person, and I was just ignoring all these things in my brain that was telling me every part of this person was actually wrong. That's when I was like, okay, not anymore. Because I'm not gonna be treated like that. But that's also what this job gave me. This job gave me the gift of setting boundaries. Amazing. A couple months later, we're set with an ultimatum of, we have to leave where we're at, but we're currently moving. If I didn't mention that. We're moving out of state, and I'm happy. I'm gonna go somewhere happy and be happy. That's the point of this. I think you need to be happy. Because a lot of us, I'm pretty close to one of my coworkers, and I feel like she kind of suffers through the same thing I do. And I realized, like, I was suffering through all of that pretty much alone. You know, and I thought I was losing my mind. I lost my mind entirely. Then I started talking to her. And then that's when I felt like I had like some kind of like connection, you know, or validation. That's the word. In what I was feeling, what I was hearing, what I was seeing, how this person was treating me. Like everyone was seeing it, but no one was saying anything because they're scared of this person. They don't want to lose their job because this person's crazy. This person's crazy and doesn't believe they're wrong in any capacity. She's staying. Yeah, I wish her luck because I'm gonna miss her. Oh my God. The beauty and the ugly is meeting people that you connect with. As I was saying, God bless her soul. I'm gonna miss her. She knows who she is. I don't think she'll ever see this, but she's a really good person. She's a really good person. And it's unfortunate that we met under such ugly circumstances. It's her turn to endure what I have endured. And I wish the best for her. I want the best for her. And I feel like we all deserve giving ourselves what we truly want, you know? I don't think I finished elaborating on what was going on earlier. We were met with some circumstances where you have to move out. And I made the choice of, okay. Well, we did, but it was mostly me because I was like, I'm the picky one, right? My husband just follows me wherever. Also, God bless his soul. I don't know if I can keep like draining myself like this every day and showing up where I can't do it anymore. Excuse me. I realized this was something for me. Something for me, because I was like, I can't do it. And if I'm working for someone that has treated me a specific so horribly at one point, what makes me think that they won't do it again? Like, I don't want to work for someone that's going to yell at me for a misunderstanding and not even see where I'm coming from. It was a disagreement, for sure. We didn't talk for 2 weeks. Only times where this person would come in to like micromanage me and then just remind me of how bad of a job I'm doing because I'm not writing certain things down. You're fucking crazy. The choices are either stay here in California or move to a place where I have experienced happiness. I'm still in my hometown. Which is fine if that's what you want. Some people are okay with that. No, especially during high school, I was like, I gotta get out of here. Where did we go? Nowhere. Nowhere. I just think everyone deserves to give themselves some happiness, some peace and love in their life. And if that means moving to an entire new state, then that's what it is. If you ever find yourself having a hard time saying no to people, or if you let people dictate their version of what they want you to do, what they have planned out for you in your life, don't let them. If you don't see through it, that stuff like changes you. I don't know if this makes sense, but I was a completely different person at one point and I lost myself. A lot of that had to do with my confidence too. Definitely from like 2019 to now, I have built a lot of confidence in that time frame. I drew a boundary. And someone didn't like it. And those are the repercussions. What fuels it so much is that you're making an even better decision. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm making a better decision for my own life because I can't do it. Like, I barely saw the light of day for the most part. Like, when I had days off, like, I would hear birds and I would be like, oh my God, wow, there's birds. And that's so crazy. I had like no concept of like outside life. It was like literally consuming me. The point is, do what makes you happy and do what you want to do. I feel like I'm finally figuring some things out for myself. And I feel like that's what everyone deserves. Everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to do what they want to do. People suck sometimes. People really suck sometimes. They'll take advantage of you. So if I could recommend anything for confidence, I would like go watch some David Goggins videos. That's what I would do. That guy's awesome. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? This motherfucker is. This motherfucker is. And so are you gonna carry the boats. You're gonna carry the logs. Doesn't matter how the you get there. You're gonna get there. And it's never too late to make different choices in life and go down a different path. That's what I'm learning because I think that makes me happy. So I don't know who stayed, who's watching, who stayed, who listened, who took something from this. But thank you. Thank you.